Hi, everyone, and welcome to Magnifique with me, your host, Gabrielle Forshi. This is the start of the new year, so happy 2024. How are we feeling about that? Are we super jazzed, ready to get a new start on everything? Are we sad to leave 2023 behind? What are the vibes? How are we feeling? For me, 2023 was one of the best years of my entire life. I attribute it to Moldavite that I got in December of 2022. I attribute everything that happened last year to the Moldavite. I bought a house relatively easily, which is insane, especially at my age. In this economy, get out of freaking town. I traveled. I got a dog. I got engaged. What the heck? So yeah, overall, 2023, fabulous year. I hope yours was as well. But I'm so excited to see what 2024 has in store. Recently, I've been trying to embody my future self. So this year will be pleasing her and working to please her and becoming her. Also, this is the first episode, so thank you so much for choosing to listen in. The first few are going to be pre-recorded, so if you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, they will be ignored until maybe episode 4 or 5. And they will also be shorter as we kind of get the groove of things. So I appreciate you sticking with it. As well as, I'm not sure if you listened to the Get to Know the podcast episode. It was 5 minutes. You don't really need to listen to it. We're going to giggle. We're going to have fun. We're also going to learn about fashion and luxury and all of the sorts in a very digestible way. So I hope you choose to buckle in as we embark on this journey. And since 2023 feels like it was quite literally just yesterday, I thought it might be fun to go ahead and take a look back at the major trends of last year and discuss our thoughts and feelings, as well as I'll provide a ranking of my opinion. Disclaimer, everybody has different tastes and opinions, so what I like might not be what you like, and I might call one of your favorite trends trash. And I apologize, but that's what we're in for. So the first trend that I have on my list is more of a material and more of a concept, in my opinion. Denim, I feel like, made a comeback this year in the fashion scene, more so in casual fashion. I've noticed more people leaning more toward denim than leggings when running errands, popping out of their house, what have you. In my personal opinion, I feel like people are starting to see the light away from leggings, though do not get it twisted. Leggings and activewear still 100% dominate the fashion scene for just casual wear. But I do think that some people have started to lead the charge in wearing something different, wearing something more tailored and put together to leave the house, while still maintaining that casual nature. I have tried to start wearing less and less leggings just because I feel cooler wearing a real outfit, but that's not to say I still won't wear leggings to Target or whatever. I wore jeans yesterday. Most days I wear leggings, so personally, I've been trying to stray away from leggings. Anyway, the current denim trends have been denim on denim. I have kind of toyed around with that as well. I think it's cute. I think if done well, and if not in excess, I think denim on denim is really cute. We also have denim skirts, both midi and maxi length. I'm obsessed with denim skirts. I think they look fabulous in general, but so fabulous with tall boots. I have avoided jumping on the denim skirt trend because I really want to thrift it, just because I know since it's in trend, it's going to be insanely expensive at a normal shop. So I've been trying to keep my eyes open at thrift stores. But again, since they're so popular, it's not been found. So I have not jumped on the trend. But it's so cute. I think people who wear long denim skirts with high boots, coolest people in the entire world. Like, I'm obsessed with you. Anyway. And then another trend that kind of found its home and caused a lot of commotion was the low-rise jean phase in fanatics. I think low-rise has found its demographic to kind of start its resurgence. I wouldn't say it's like a booming trend at the present, but it has found somewhere it can thrive and grow. Obviously, this is denim. It's all around us. I give this trend a 10 out of 10. I love that denim is kind of having its moment again. Although, like I said, I don't think that it ever really left. I think that we're just seeing it more. The next trend that I have on my list is loafers. Loafers are back, but this time they're chunky. Loafers this time around is just an elevated version of the 2010s look of, those boat shoes and ballet flats. They kind of turned into a brief stint of time for loafers. And because they're chunky and they're styled differently this time, I think it'll better suit the more edgy nature of this style generation. I believe loafers work best with kind of a loose yet put together look, quite effortless, think smart casual kind of vibe. Someone like Emma Chamberlain would absolutely rock loafers. Classic loafers these days are chunky and black with gold plating, though really any color is encouraged, but if we're talking strictly classics, chunky black, gold plating, you can practically find it everywhere. I need to preface this ranking before I say it. I used to wear loafers all the time in 2017 to 2019, and I felt so dorky for it. I felt dorky. I felt like I wasn't respected. No, I'm kidding. I'm just going to give you my ranking and then we can discuss. I give this trend a 3 out of 10 due to feeling slightly bullied for wearing loafers from 2017 to 2019. So now I refuse to join this trend, even though it's so cute. Like the heeled loafers, oh my God, get out of town. Obsessed. But it seems I'm stubborn, so I won't be joining. I'll just be on the outside looking in, causing myself distress, and nobody cares that I'm not joining. So next one is kind of particular. Let's talk about boots. Like I said, this is kind of particular and kind of complicated because it's so picky. You're still allowed to wear ankle boots, but you have to make them loose. No sock boots. Sock boots are gone. They have to be loose. You can wear cowboy boots, perhaps. Or you can wear moto boots, maybe, if that's your vibe. But no sock boots. Nothing that really shows your ankle. If they're ankle boots, your ankles have to be covered. Something I've been noticing is that this new style generation hates to see ankles and feet. Cover them up. We're not here for it. And if you have tall boots, we are not doing over-the-knee boots anymore. Those Ariana Grande suede over-the-knee boots are out. We're going more calf length, calf height. Another thing that we're picky about with boots is the toe. Rounded toes are gone. Blah. Hate them. Give us square toes, which I actually hate, but hold on. Give us square toes or a pointed toe. I hate square toes so much. I think they look like a cow hoof. Also, while we're here, there is a specific boot at Target. Sorry to call you out, bestie. There is a specific cream boot, and its seam is in the middle of the front, and it looks so atrocious. It looks like the separation of cow hooves. Also, do you remember those horseshoe boots? Do you remember those boots where you had your big toe in one and then the rest of your toes And the other little slot, it was really famous with celebrities. They looked like actual horse hooves. That was the worst trend of my entire life. I hated seeing them everywhere. Anyway, boots. We're going for classics. If we're going trendy with the moto boots and the buckles, we're keeping it simple. Simple, classic, clean lines. Effortless. I need everybody to know that the trend this year was effortlessly cool and chic. Effortless. Anyway, I give this trend a 5 out of 10 because it's just so picky. And boots are expensive to keep changing up. I have multiple pairs of tried and true boots, but I will not be participating in purchasing any new boots to match this trend. Just because I don't need to explain myself. The next trend back is ballet flats. They are back for the working girl streetwear. They were kind of in that same phase of the 2010s that loafers were from, kind of that business casual era. But now we've elevated it to match, again, that effortlessly chic aesthetic that Sophia Richie-Grainge and like Hailey Bieber so graciously blessed us with. The most classic color that we're seeing now is red in these ballet flats, kind of like a mulled wine or cranberry, a very deep, rich red. I give this trend a 4 out of 10. I don't mean to be so harsh on these trends, but ballet flats remind me of 8th grade. When I say that, I mean One Direction is playing on Pandora while we're doing independent work, and my 8th grade social studies teacher is walking around wearing ballet flats while I myself am wearing ballet flats, just trying to make it through the day so I can go home and get on Twitter and see what kind of twit cam Harry and Niall streamed today. I did not mean to trauma dump on you like that. I'm so sorry. Anyway, ballet flats give me war flashbacks. 4 out of 10. So the next trend that we have is a color. A color, really. So walk with me as I explain this color. Red is the color of fall and winter 2023. I have been a red girly for years and years now. It's definitely not only a power color for myself, but a power color in general. It's very dominating. And I love red. Although I do think that my 2024 power color will be purple, and I can see myself leaning into purple more. But as far as red goes, I don't know who said it, but I know it's a saying, and just tell me I'm dumb and hideous if I get this wrong. That saying, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, really, really resonates for the color red and myself. I feel like I've just embodied red. At one point, I had my entire Insta feed dedicated to the color red. In every single photo, there was a pop of red somewhere. So, I'm dedicated to this craft. Red is definitely a bold color, and I think the mentality for these newer trends are bold and confident and classic, again, effortless. Red is very timeless and coming in and out of trends, but it will forever be in our heart. I think red is great to amp up a neutral look with a pop of color, or maybe even cause a commotion by committing to the bit head to toe. While the different hues of red varies the reaction, a darker red is more muted and complex, sort of sophisticated, while a bright deep red, commands the room. In my opinion, red looks good on everyone. However, a dark brunette with a red outfit, get out of freaking town. I love brunette girlies in red. I give red a 10 out of 10. I will always be a red girl. I'm so happy she's finally getting her roses. Although this part is just based on vibes and no actual evidence. I've been seeing less and less people wear red lipstick. Are we just done with lipstick? I know we've been kind of going for lip oils or like a nude lip, but this is my petition that I'm having everybody listening to this part right here, right now. We're signing a petition to bring back red lips. And not the orangey red. Give me a deep blue red. Red lips are back. Call your friends. The next trend is one that we've all either seen or tried. It's very infamous. The slick back hair. Specifically, try saying it 10 times fast. The slick back bun. Slick back bun, slick back bun. The slick back bun is a telltale sign of the influence that the clean girl aesthetic has had 23 in a chokehold with. Everyone has their own version of the routine when it comes to the slick back bun or slick back pony or what have you, but Sophia Vercheek-Range and Hailey Bieber really led this movement, and Sophia shared her bun routine with the world. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just go through it and chat. Step 1 of her routine is to start with wet hair. How scandalous, tying back wet hair, brushing wet hair. How crazy. Crazy girl. She starts with wet hair and Unite Detangling Spray and giving herself that classic center part. And then she'll go in with a hair mask and she'll separate her front like bang section from the back, and she'll put that back section into a tight pony, brushing out every bump and lump to be seen. And then she'll go back and kind of sleek back the bang part and tie it down. And then she'll go in with one final brush to glue it all down, to glue that wet hair down. And this trend has been so controversial because she starts with wet hair. And it can cause a lot of damage and breakage when the hair dries if it's so constrained in the tight, sleek bun. I know that the clean girl aesthetic in general is a bit controversial, and we will talk about that more. However, I have its own dedicated episode coming out, so don't fret. I give this trend a 6 out of 10. I personally don't like it. I've tried it. I look like an egg, and I'm not a fan of it, but I can't be a hater. I do know that everybody loves it, and I think it can look good on specific people, but it's not my fave. Actually, I might duck it down a few points because now I'm thinking about what it looks like on people, and it kind of looks like Lego hair. It looks like you put on, or like Barbie hair, but like the very plastic. Like, no, just kidding. I take everything back. It looks like Polly Pocket hair. Polly Pocket hair that was painted on, and it's not going anywhere, which could be practical, but it's not my thing. What did I give it? Okay, it can stay at a 6, but I'm going to be a hater about it. Moving on, the next trend is cowboy copper. Raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized by cowboy copper. I have. Let's talk about that. I had been seeing cowboy copper everywhere. I had seen it for about a month before I was like, all right, twist my arm, I'll try it. And I knew I wanted to go darker for the fall, so I decided to try cowboy copper before going actually darker. Girl, no one told me it was going to be that red. Maybe I did the formula wrong. I for sure did the formula wrong, but no one warned me. Now I have dark brown hair and it's just red. Like it just shines red in the light. If I go out in the sun, my hair is red with a tinge of dark brown. So I've been personally victimized. I'm getting my hair fixed soon, don't worry. So cowboy copper is a coppery brown hair color that has been taking the internet by a storm. If you've been on the internet long enough, you know that each fall, different variations of red come in and out of trend for that specific fall. And red in general is just a very classic fall staple. 2023's version of fall red just so happened to switch it up by making it more orange and putting a fun viral twist on the naming convention. But how does cowboy copper differ from regular copper? According to BehindTheChair.com, the most correct version of cowboy copper incorporates 3 shades, all adding certain levels of depth that regular copper may otherwise lack. You can feel free to check out the exact formula if it interests you, but essentially, cowboy copper is a copper tone, a medium to light brown tone, and a deeper, darker brown. Regular copper would eliminate that darker brown. Throughout the year, we saw celebrities like Shay Mitchell, Megan Thee Stallion, and Emrata hop on this trend very briefly before it really started to take off for the fall. And I think they all had their own little twist on it. I saw that Megan leaned more copper than anything, whereas Shay Mitchell and Emrata took that deeper route with true cowboy copper. And before you make up your mind whether you want to hop on the trend, keep in mind that the upkeep for this hair is wild. You'll need to partake in color depositing shampoos, washing your hair less, and or very regular salon visits to keep that color fresh and bright. And in addition, it can be difficult to remove when you're ready to move on from red. Like I said, when I step into the light, my hair is red with a slight little tinge of brown. So 5 out of 10. I really wish I wasn't influenced, but YOLO, this is the internet. Next, baseball caps. Baseball caps have been coming back, leaning into that cool girl, very low effort, just cool. Yeah. Bucket hats and beanies have had their cool girl moment, but it's now the baseball cap's turn. It is, like I said, cool girl, effortless, run to the market, model off duty, that kind of vibe. Hailey Bieber loves a baseball cap. The Guardian called the baseball cap a chic way to lie low, which just reminds me of Joe from You, as he's kind of known to throw on a baseball cap and suddenly he's a different person. He is unrecognizable. And baseball caps in general is a way to just look cool and chic while still being able to give that subtle flex with the quiet and expensive branding on the hat. Speaking of, would you like me to do a episode on quiet luxury versus loud and abrasive luxury? Because I think that'd be cool. Anywho, I give this trend a 7 out of 10. I think it's really cool. I could see myself jumping on the bandwagon. I'm not a big hats girly, but I could be convinced. Alrighty, I have one more trend that I'd like to go over with you. How's that sound? Are we good with that? Bows are back. We've started to see this take off in fall and winter of 2023 with the rise of coquette bows. I looked up what coquette meant on Google, so I'll tell you what that means, and then I'll tell you TikTok's adaptation. So according to Google, coquette means flirt, a woman who tries without sincere affection to gain the attention and admiration of men. However, I think the adaptation that TikTok has kind of twisted is very dainty and childlike, not necessarily into that flirtatious vibe. The bows that we're seeing now are very dainty with long, thin ribbon. And we've seen, most notably, Gracie Abrams is kind of known for wearing bows in her hair throughout the performances, as well as Sabrina Carpenter loves a good hair bow. As Sabrina rises into that kind of icon territory, people start adopting her look. For example, TikTok girlies have started trying to replicate her makeup look. I think that bows are just a natural part of the trend cycle. They were here when we were preteens. Now they're back. I think it's a signifier of that girlish youth trend that we've been seeing with the baby tees and the Barbie core and even the reclamation of the term bimbo and the color hot pink. I think it's just part of the girlies reclaiming girlhood as we kind of like age and come into adulthood. It's something that we have grasped onto. I give this an 8 out of 10. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. Definitely can lean a tad youthful for my liking. But I wear bows. I have a bow on my Christmas tree right now. I took my family photos with a bow in. So I'm not a hater to bows, but well, yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Of course I'm not a hater. But when it leans to girlish 5-year-old, I'm not about it. So looking at this list, I feel like blazers might have a comeback. I know we saw them in both early 2010s and again briefly in like that 2021 period. But I think we're seeing a larger resurgence of 2010s core. So I think blazers may even come back once more. And this wasn't on my list as well. I didn't put headbands on my list, but I think headbands are coming back for 2024. I myself just purchased some headbands that I'm really excited about. And I did forget that it hurts the back of my ears. So we'll see how long I can be a headband girly. But I'm excited for the headbands to come back. I've seen a couple TikToks of girls with headbands, so I'm excited for it. I'm excited for headbands to come back and look cool. Giving very Blair Waldorf. And I do have a prediction for 2024 aesthetics. I think we're going to start leaning into privacy and kind of that oversharing and relatability is going to be out, and we're going to start prioritizing being private and posting with a purpose. We've kind of seen this with hard launching relationships via wedding photos or pregnancy announcements through the birth of the baby. But again, I think this is going to really spill into various aspects of the internet, especially for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. As a Gen Z myself, I grew up on the internet. I started being chronically online since at least age 10. I had a fan One Direction Twitter. Of course, I was on the internet. But I think with Gen Z being chronically online from a very young age and posting quite literally everything they could, and Gen Alpha being subjected to the internet via their parents, I think we're really going to start leaning into privacy and posting again with a purpose and not really sharing our life, but having a curated feed. I think those are going to come back again. Purely based on vibes, I'm not an expert. Vibes, zero evidence. So that's my hot take. Okay, thank you so much for indulging me as we go down that deep dive of 2023 trends. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I didn't offend you with my trend opinions. However, I hope to see you back next Monday. Please go ahead and follow the podcast on Instagram at Magnifique Pod, or follow myself at Gabrielle Forshee on Instagram. I appreciate you taking time to listen, and I hope to see you again. Bye, guys.